Alright, hello everybody. Happy Sunday, cold Sunday. But not the people like my husband who is sitting next to me. So if you hear any commentary, it's his fault. I'm not doing this from my office mainly because it's probably as cold as it is outside of my office. And I'm freezing. I even have my blanket with me, so. Even though I'm in a tank top, but I'm still freezing. Alright, so I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I'm going to wait for some people to get on. We're going to do tea today, and I am really amazed at how many books on tea there are. When I say that, I mean there's like a ton of them. So much so that I actually have started creating a list in Amazon just to save them all. And yay, hello, I see people jumping in. Alright, so I may not even need my computer. But just in case, I am going to turn the volume off on this. Let me just scoot this over. So, I'm using not even my normal laptop. I'm using my technically gaming PC. So, everything is in a much weirder place. And it's a newer version. So, like, I don't know where all this stuff is yet. So, bear with me. Again, if you hear commentary, I know my husband's over here trying to hold his mouth shut, so, he's trying hard. It's going to be a long 45, 30 minutes, whatever, for him, so. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I do have a stack of books, and when I say stack, I mean, these are just the ones I have here. And then I have, like, several tabs up that are all ready to go. Yes, tea. I'm so excited. I actually got a couple of these books from suggestions from other people, so. What? And I am drinking tea, just not hot tea. It's cold tea. But I drink that every day. Mainly because we spend a lot of time in our gaming room. And I'm usually always in here drinking something, so. Alright. How is everybody? I know people are getting hit by this storm. We were supposed to get like a big ice storm, and we've just gotten cold weather and frost. But they say, oh, it's going to hit later tonight. So we'll see what happens later tonight. Low-key, I was telling a friend of mine that I kind of hope that we do get freezing rain tonight, so my husband doesn't have to go to work tomorrow. But that's only because I'm a little selfish and I'd rather him just stay home with me. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we didn't really get much. It's really funny though, like the other side of town, like we're like top like parts of it. The other side of town, like on the south side, got like a ton of snow. We have nothing. I think it'll be here Tuesday, and they say it'll be 24. Ooh. I got my room temp right tea. We got a good amount of snow. And for the last few hours, it's been freezing rain and will last a few more hours. It hasn't started raining here. I'm waiting. And hello, everybody. I'm waiting for it to start raining, but it hasn't. Because I know once it does, my dogs are going to be like, I'm not going outside. You're going to have to, like, pay me. Which I will have to force them out. My hubs is mad because I can't take home tomorrow. I'm probably one of the weirdest people in the world. I love it when my husband's home with me. Mainly because we will play games. Like right now he's playing Madden. And like later on tonight, like we'll play like Call of Duty or something together. But I generally love it when he's home. Even if I have to work, like I still like it when he's home. Because I just feel better that he's safe. Because he drives for a living, so it always makes me nervous that he's like out and about in the world, you know, like there's some crazy people out there, and it always makes me nervous. Good advice for all who, yes, yep. There's a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of this. All right, so it's just after 3:30, or just around 3:30. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started because there's a lot of books in here to cover. And now I kind of did like a variety of stuff. Some of these aren't just about tea; they have tea recipes in them. I'm gonna start with this one though because it's on the top of my list. 20,000 Secrets to Tea, and it's a small book. It's small, and I want to say that Crystal is the one maybe who recommended this one. She recommended a few in one of her lives, so I got a couple of them. This one's by Victoria Zak, Z-A-K. And it is $10 for the paperback, or at least as the back of the book says. But it's not massive, but it's pretty thick. There's a lot of cool recipes in here. So like if you open it up, like you can see like they have like a little box with like the recipes, and just like some other stuff about like different herbs and things like that, like aloe sunburn bath. Like I actually have an aloe plant that actually might be useful. So yep, it was Crystal. So this is a really cool one. I really like this one. So this one is my most recent buy. This one's the most recent one I've gotten, and I seriously I do like it a lot. There's a lot of, like I said, cool recipes in here. Like this one has like orange tea, and it just kind of gives you like a breakdown of things. So I like this one. All right, let me make room on I share my desk with my husband so he can put his stuff up here. So I'm not. I normally have more of my space. No, it's fine. The book's fine.
Got like 2 things on there.
This one is a hardback one. I love the hardback ones. This one's small too. It's a Tea Witch's Grimoire, magical recipes for your tea time. Now, I have not really dug into this one. It looks like this one is $16.95. But like, okay, I'm assuming I saved this page. Like Sabbath teas, like stuff like that is kind of cool. Like Embolic tea, New Year's Day tea, the cover, I really do like the cover. And if you guys all know, I am a cover person. I judge every book by its cover. I actually just had that question. I just had that question during a author event on Friday. They asked me if I judge books by their cover or something along those lines, and I'm like, absolutely. And I talk about this every single month, is that I will judge every book by what their cover looks like. I'll still read it. I'll read the back of it. But I will 100%. What?
And you skip to the end.
Yes, and then I skip to the end. After this live, can you post the books? Yes. I actually, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to pull this up because I actually created this today. And I'm going to continue to do this. But I actually have an entire spreadsheet for starting this month of all of the books that I find on Amazon, the books that I have, and then some honorable mentions. So yes, I can do that. But I do like this one, like I said. And the pages are kind of thick too. They're glossy and thick, so I do like that. Stop looking at me like that. And then actually in the back they tell you like all the different ones and what pages are on and things like that. So this one is really nice, and it does come with one of the little automatic bookmarks so you can save your place. Well, like I said, I guess I saved the place and I didn't even realize that I did it. This one is less, it doesn't have as much tea in it, but it does have quite a bit. Like it has several pages of tea. It's called The Kitchen Witch's Handbook. Again, hardback book. This one looks like it is $19.99 US. And it has wisdom, recipes, potions for everyday magic at home. But they do have sections for tea. So let me go to the first one and see if I can find it. Apparently I can't count very well today, but that's okay. We'll make it through. But yeah, just has like random stuff in it like this. And then, because in the back it tells you like, where'd it go? Okay, tea, let me see. Page 17, 38, 39 through 43. So it tells you a whole bunch of them, of all the pages that they have different tea recipes on. But this one also might be good for some other stuff. Maybe we'll be getting into some of the kitchen cookbooks, and this would be a great one for that. I do like how everything is organized out in this one, and like I said, it has some recipes in there for some tea, which would be a good source to have in your kitchen. All right, let me skip those two. This is one that I have in my kitchen. I don't even keep this in my office. I usually keep this in my actual, like, where all my other cookbooks are. I just recently got this one from one of our boxes that we did. I cannot remember which one we did, but it was the Amazon wish list one that we did. And this one has, if I can find the index, there we go. I swear, some of these times these index are like hiding from you. Where's my alphabet? Okay. This one has a couple pages of tea, so it's just on page 22 and 336. But it's called The Kitchen Witch's Cookbook by Patricia Telsko. It's $22.99, so it's a little bit more expensive, but it's big. It's not tiny by any means. I mean, my hand. It's a pretty nice book, and it's a pretty good thickness too. So, but this has a few recipes in it, and it has some tea recipes like cold and flu relief and things like that. So, might be a good one to have, especially with all the weather happening. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flop you guys around because just moving some of my books out of the way. I'm gonna show you all the ones that I have on Amazon. And by all the ones on Amazon, I mean there are a ton of them on Amazon. So, we have a nice long list to get through. So let me pull this back here and swap it around. All right. And yes, for anybody asking, that is Deadpool in the background. Just in case you saw it and was like, oh, what's that? That is Deadpool. All right. So let me move that. So this first one is Growing Your Own Tea Garden. And I really like the cover. The cover is very pretty. The Kindle version is $10 and the paperback is $18.99. It looks like there are several tea blends in there to manage stress and other things like that. It looks like it's only about 144 pages. And we have the inside, which, well, that's the back of it. But they show some of the pages from the inside, which you guys know I'm a sucker for because I really like just being able to see at least some of the book. So it looks like it'd be pretty interesting. Like I said, the cover was really pretty. I'm just trying to slowly go through that. It looks like there's a couple more pages too. Oh, dang. More than just a couple more pages. So there's that one and that one we went through. So like a cilantro mint tea. It has the recipe. It looks like the recipe's right here in the corner. And then it just kind of gives you a little information about it. Immune boosting tea garden. So this one, their illustration is actually really nice throughout the whole book as well. This one's by Jody Helmer. Okay, and to make sure it was on my list. So this is a nice one to have. Looks like it'd be interesting. We're gonna go ahead and jump to the next one. So this one is Tea Recipe Book. So there's over 300 different healing herbal blends. The Kindle version is only $4.99. Hardcover is $24.99 and paperback is $15.99. I've never tried the cilantro mint combination before, but I'd be definitely interested to try it. It sounds like it could be interesting. I don't know. I'm not a very big cilantro fan, so I'm not sure if I would like it or not. This one also has 166 pages. Doesn't look like we see inside of it, but that's okay. But the cover isn't bad. The cover's okay. It's a little, playing with the colors, but it still works. But I do like the Kindle version of this one is only $5 because there's a lot of times where having something on your phone is a little bit easier than having them in a book that you'd have to go find. Or in a hardcover book, you know what I mean? Like an actual copy. All right, next one. Healing Herbal Teas. So this one has 101 specialty formulated teas for different options. The Kindle version is $11.99. The paperback is $17.70, and I don't understand why, but the hardcover is $74.31. Or you can get a spiral bound, which is $35.99. I will never understand some of these prices for some of these books, but this one is 272 pages. It's by Sarah Fair, and like I said, for anybody who's asking, I do have, and it's right here, literally an entire Excel spreadsheet of all of the books that I'm covering today. But this cover isn't bad either. I told you guys, there was a lot of books on T. Like, a lot of books on T. And these were only some of them. Like, I didn't even grab all of them. But yes, yeah, I don't understand. 30 or 74.31 for a hardback book. Like, I feel like that's a little much. So, I do like Kindle as well. I like being able to pull up my phone. I just made some, bread today, and the recipe is on my phone. So, I have it printed somewhere, but it's just easier just to go to my phone and grab it and make the recipe. Here's another one. I really like the cover for this one. The Herbal Tea Apothecary. That's a lot. It must not be in print anymore. It may not be, and that could be the reason why, or it could just be really expensive to make the hardback. I know, like, my publisher wouldn't make hardback books for us unless our books were at least, like, 60,000 words. So it could be something like that. This one, the Kindle Unlimited is free, but if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it's $10. The hardcover is $37.90, and then the paperback is $24.90. So really, it's basically your preference. It's about 184 pages. It doesn't look like we can look inside of it. We can look at the back of it. We can't look inside of it. But it doesn't look bad. This one is actually the 2026 edition. It did come out, it looks like May of 2025, so I guess they just kind of jump ahead a little bit. But, again, doesn't look bad. Not at all. This one, Tea Magic, the Tea Magic Guide. So, this one looks like it would probably be a smaller one. It's 169 pages. The Kindle version is only 99 cents. That's not bad at all. That's really good. Hardcover is $22.97, and paperback is actually only $8.97. And actually, I'm going to add the paperback to my list just because. Let me find my list, actually. Okay. I have, like, a ton of different lists, so I have to add the correct one. Okay. Oh, I think I just made it go poof. Yep. Okay. All right, so I'll just move on to the next one since I made that one go poof. This one I do like the cover. It's very cute and very I don't know. I guess vintage would be the word I would put. A Tea Witch's Grimoire. So it's very similar. Like, a lot of these titles are very similar to other ones. The only thing I don't like about this one is the price to buy it. And when you guys see this, you're going to be like, dang it. There's only one price, $75.40. And it's for the paperback. And that's it. And it's only 75 pages. So it's not even that big of a book. Like, yeah, 75 pages is less than 20,000 words. So yeah. But it's a very pretty book. No, you're good. You're good. We're just kind of going through yeah, the price gets me so bad. Like, I love the cover, and I'm just like, the price. But I will say, this author is in several of the books that I've been showing today. When I was making my spreadsheet, I'm like, wow, I've seen her before. Wow, I've seen her name before. And I'm like, man, it keeps coming up. So she writes a lot of tea books, it seems like. So maybe on her website, if she has one, or somewhere else, it might be a little bit cheaper. But yeah. The next one is a kitchen witchcraft cookbook for the holidays, which does have some tea, options in there. It was a very pretty book. Their Kindle version is only $10, and their paperback is $16.99. So it's not too bad. And then, like I said, so this one looks like it is 260 pages. So it's quite a few pages, but it might be something that you may want to get for the holidays, different Sabbaths, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Easter, whatever you may celebrate or whatnot. This may be something you may want to get. Like I said, I do like the cover. The cover is very pretty. It's it's very Christmassy, like right in the beginning. And for many people, many people probably know I'm not a huge Christmas fan. I'm like on Christmas, mostly because I'm more of like a Halloween girl and like fall. And then when Christmas comes, I'm like, oh. And my husband's over here mocking me. I'd show you, but he looks like a disheveled mess just like me because, you know, it's Sunday. It's our day to not have to do anything. The next one, so for those of you who can't decide between coffee and tea like me, there's a coffee and tea book. And this one actually says it's for beverage magic and brewing rituals and things like that. This one looks really cool. I do like the cover. I like I'm a huge coffee person. So this one I would get because I drink coffee and tea every single day. The Kindle version is free for Kindle Unlimited and then $5 for Kindle. And then the paperback is only $13.99. So it's not too bad. So, you know, those are pretty good options. I'll have to try and get this one. So, yes, that one that I was just on would be great to start some traditions. Very cool. I do infuse. Yes, cold brew. I drink, well, right there. That's my cold tea. In my big, huge cup. I love my coffee. Can't live without it. I am a huge, huge coffee drinker. Even in the summer, I drink hot coffee. But yeah, coffee is my my best friend. According to my husband, I'm like really bad without coffee. So, I always look at paperbackswap.com or books. Oh, those are good places. Or the library. Yes. Drinking coffee right now. I wish I was drinking coffee, but I can't have too much caffeine after 12 or else I'll be up all night. And then my husband gets mad because then I don't let him sleep. All right. So let's move to the next one. Like I said, there's a lot. So this one's a little bit different. This one's actually reading the tea leaves. So these came up and I was just like, you know what? We're talking about tea books. We're just going to go with it. So if anybody likes that type of divination, I will be pulling these back out for any of the divination book lives that I do. But I wanted to at least include these as kind of like a intermittent honorable mention type ones. This doesn't look bad and they're not super expensive. Kindle's $6.99, audiobook is $99, and then paperback is $11.19. I have this book too. It's a good beginner. See? This one would be great for those who want to start and getting into reading tea leaves and things like that. So that would be really good to get. Oh, I'm beeping. Okay. And I do like the cover. The cover is pretty. I have a tattoo of the Cafe Mall. That's pretty cool. I do like that. And I also like how they have an Audible sample down here. Like, I don't have my speakers on, so I can't play it. But I do like how they do that. Of course, I like doing the honorable mentions. I have a couple more at the very end as well. I think the next one is also a tea leaf reading one. I've come across this book a few times. Maybe I just need to buy it. I think that's your sign to buy it. If it keeps coming up, you need to. I have this book. It really helps me. So yeah, I think I might have to add this one to my list just because. So let me go do that before I forget, because knowing me, I'll say that I'm going to add it and then I'll completely forget and then, you know. All right. The next one is another tea leaf reading one. Tea leaf reading for beginners. This one isn't super expensive either. $2.99 for Kindle, $16.41 for paperback. So I do like that. I do like when these books are on the cheaper side. Especially because, you know, after these lives, I keep hearing that everybody's list grows and grows, including mine. So I'm sure we all probably have about, 50 to 100 books on our list at this point that we're like, thanks, Michelle. Now we need to go buy them all. That's how I feel. Which my list, I have like several now, and I have to like swap between them to figure out which ones to get. But this one looks really cute. Like I said, I'm a green person. I do like the color green, so that kind of stood out to me. Not a lot going on. Can't really see on the inside of it, but that's okay. The Kindle version looks different. which I always find kind of strange that the Kindle version is a different cover than the paperback. Yes, I am an enabler. I hear it all the time. I believe it's Angie who tells me all the time. She's like, there's 70 books on my list because of you. And I'm like, you're welcome. But that's how I am too. I mean, there's so many books on my list because of these lives when I do them. Because I look them up and I'm like, ooh, I want this. Or, ooh, I should get this. And then, yeah, my list grows. Alright, so the next one is back to actually, this one actually is not a book. This one I kept in here as an honorable mention because I really liked it. And I didn't realize that it wasn't a book until after I was typing it down. But it's an Oracle deck for tea. Which I love. So anybody who likes Oracle decks and things like that, this would be a great tarot Oracle deck to get. It is $30. It's $29.95. So it's you know, a little bit up there. But honestly, I mean, the cards look so cool. I mean, they look so cute. I do love them. So, like, if this is, like I said, this is another honorable mention, but this is an Oracle deck, something to grab. If you are into that type of thing. Like I said, I saved it and then I didn't realize it was actually an Oracle deck until afterwards. And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to leave it just because, it's too pretty to not have on there. All right. So now we are back to some books. Herbal Tea Magic for the Modern Witch. This one looks like it is 224 pages. Again, can't see inside of it. This is a hardback though. The Kindle is $11.99. Hardback is $16.73. And I've been seeing this quite a bit with some of these books, is spiral bound, which I think I would like. Seriously. I think I would enjoy because I do like flipping like the spiral bound books and stuff. So it might be something that may actually prove to be useful. Let me see if the Kindle version is different. Nope, the Kindle version is the same. Spiral bound, are you the same? Yes, cover is the same on all of them. I have this book and love it. See? And it just, the cover looks pretty and I like that it comes in like different options. I do like the spiral bound option to have just because, like I said, it might be easier to like flip through. All right, now that I can breathe again, we are almost done with Amazon, guys. I promise. Like, the Amazon list was look, I mean, you can see all the tabs across my screen. Like, it was literally out of control.
There's always tabs in your screen. What are you talking about?
This one is very yellow. The Tea Witchcraft Grimoire. It's very yellow. It very struck out at me. This one has a lot of options. It's 190 pages. There's a Kindle version for $4.99. There's an audiobook version for $99 with membership. A hardcover version for $24.97, and then a paperback version for $14.97. The only option they don't have is spiral bound, which I feel like if they did, they'd literally have the, you know, the nice big group of everything. Again, can't see inside of it, but we can see the back of it, so that's okay. Let me see if I click on Kindle if it will. Nope. But you can hear a voice sample if you choose to. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing any comments. Okay. Alright, so this one doesn't look bad. Like I said, I'm assuming there's like 7 types of base teas. So, like, they look like they go into a lot of details. This also might be another good one to add to your list. Like I said, I'll have the list out here for you guys soon. This one I love the cover of. Tea Witch's Crystal Brews. And it's so pretty to me. But I also really like the color purple lately. So it's just, to me, I'm just like, shh. I'm just like, this, I love it. It's 280 pages. Oops. Kindle is $10. Hardcover is $14.10. And I feel like when they're that close in price, it's easier just to go with the hardcover. But you can see inside of it. So I do like that. And the inside does look very pretty. It is so pretty. It is. It's a very beautiful color. Shh. Let's see, what else do we have here? But yeah, like this is something that like I said, I think I would definitely consider getting, because it's a very pretty color and everything like that. And it comes in hardcover, so I'm assuming it's similar to the one that I showed you, which it is hardcover. All right, and we have one more for Amazon. Beginner's Guide to Herbal Teas. This one's been out for a few years. This one has 222 pages. Now the price is a little bit more than normal. There's no Kindle version. There's the paperback version for $15.99, and then a hardcover one for basically $30. So it's not too bad. Their cover, again, is pretty. I feel like a lot of the tea ones are very similar to each other. I'm thoroughly enjoying your interactions here. You guys aren't even seeing the stuff that he's doing. He's making faces. This is the first time I've ever done a live like this while I'm sitting in the game room with him. Normally I go and hide in my office, but like I said, it's freezing in there. And I can never understand why it's always so cold in my office, and not anywhere else. But because we're in the game room and I have 2 monitors, my computer, 2 TVs, and the PlayStation going, it gets really warm. Just so you know, they're very much enjoying the interaction.
And you told me to shut up.
I did tell you to shut up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip. Actually, let me put this back. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this, and then I have just a couple more honorable mentions that I have here. Okay. So these don't have a lot of tea recipes in them, but they do have some. And I've had these books for a while, and there's been some recipes in here that I haven't touched, and that I haven't tried. I've wanted to try, but I'm not brave enough to try them. For anybody who's a big TV show fan, if you've ever seen, not Supernatural, I'm used to saying Supernatural. If you've ever seen One Tree Hill, there was a woman on there who's actually married to somebody from Supernatural, but anyway, her name is Hillary Burton Morgan, and she wrote a couple books. So her first book, The Aurora Diaries, has a couple recipes in it that she's put, and I don't remember where they're at, but she put a few different recipes for like teas and drinks and things like that, which I think would be great to have as an honorable mention. It's not so much a learning book, it's more like a nonfiction type book to read. But if you're looking for something like that to read, she does talk a lot about, The Aurora Diaries is more about like her, about her life leading up to her getting their farm. And then like, all the stuff that she does and like things like that. And then she wrote a second book, and this one also has some recipes and stuff in it. It's called Grimoire Girl. And this one, she talks more about like, building your grimoire and putting like your recipes and stuff, and different recipes that she has in here. So these are 2 good honorable mentions. And I've meant to mention those before, I just never thought to. And then when I was doing the teas, I'm like, oh, right, she has some recipes in there, and I completely forgot about them. But I do have those on the honorable mention. What I'm thinking about doing is, I think I'm just going to take a screenshot of this and post it for everybody to see it. And then this way you can just grab them that way. When I say there's a lot, like I said, I have an entire spreadsheet just, there we go. I have an entire spreadsheet of just these books. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them every month. I'm going to keep them in the spreadsheet. And then what I can do is I can actually share that with you guys in the group if you want. So I'm going to go ahead and post it in the chat if it lets me, which it may not. I may have to wait until I'm off the live. Okay. But I'll definitely post all those books for you guys. So you have the titles and the author's name. And then, like I said, I'll share the spreadsheet with you guys probably halfway through the year or something, or I can do it every month if you guys prefer. But then that way, like I said, you guys can just go through and you can have them and things like that. That's helpful thing. Of course, like I said, I love these books, and I like picking out all these different books and going through and seeing. It's actually quite interesting to see how many of the books I actually have compared to what I don't have. I haven't run into it yet where I don't have any for the topic that I'm working on. I'm sure it's going to happen. But I am trying to like gather at least a couple books for every topic. And not break the bank, because, you know, I don't want my husband to get mad if I buy like $100 worth of books from Amazon. So I'm not allowed in bookstores by myself.
Damn Skippy.
Like, no, not every enemy. It is. Like I said, I don't have them from last year. I might go back to my lives and see if I can pull all the books back out that I did. But I am starting with this year with the spreadsheet. That way we have them. And I organized it out to like every tab is a different month, and then it has like the book title and the books that I already have on stock, and then like the honorable mentions at the bottom. But this one, like I said, this one had way more than normal. Like, there was a lot of books on T. And I'm sure I don't even have, like, I didn't even look at half the ones that they probably have. But can I possibly ask a stupid question? What is a grimoire? The grimoire is, so somebody might be able to answer this better than I can. And I know there's actually a live. Sarah and I believe Angel actually did the live. On the differences between a grimoire and Book of Shadows and things like that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right about it. I think Angel's still in here. And I'm pretty sure it was her and Sarah who did the lives, and they actually compared the two. But one of them, and somebody needs to correct me because I'm always getting them confused. So for me, it's always the Book of Shadows is the personal one to just you, or am I getting them backwards? And the grimoire one is something that you can actually share with somebody else. Or am I doing those backwards? I always, like I said, I always get them wrong. That's why I love their live so much, because I was like, oh, I need this, and I wrote it down, and then I'm not. We have yes. See, they had a series about it. But yeah, so basically it's just, it's what you write down, basically your stuff, like your spells, your, you know, your ideas, your thoughts, your everything. Basically it's kind of like, it's basically like your recipe book for yourself, for you to pass down if you want to pass it down, or if you have somebody to pass it down to. But that's pretty much what it is.
That's not cursing people.
I did not curse you. But yes, so if you guys have that on YouTube still, you can always share the link in here if you want. But yeah, I remember that. They have a really good live about that. The YouTube links are posted in the group. I couldn't move them into the guys. Oh, good. Nope. At least they're in the group, because like I said, those are, yes, those are, so my husband complains because he thinks that I cursed him last year? No, 2 years ago.
Because you did.
And he will forever fight me on this, and he will always be like, she cursed me. I swear to you, I did not curse him. And if I did, it wasn't on purpose. It was by accident. I swear it was by accident.
Lies.
But that is what he goes into all the time. Every time I'm in the middle of something, he's like, she cursed me. So for somebody who you know doesn't care too much about all this, he's very into the whole she cursed me thing. All right, so it's not letting me do it that way. I'm just gonna have to copy the books like this, and hopefully I can just paste it in there. That looks like crap. Okay, I'll have to fix it. All right. But I will post the list. I'm going to post it one way or another. It's just not working out and looking the way that it's supposed to, or that I want it to. But if anybody has any questions or book suggestions or anything like that, now's the time. If not, then I'm probably going to jump off here so everybody can enjoy the rest of their day and go buy some books. Because I'm sure that there's probably a lot in here that everybody was like, oh, we should go get those. There's a lot in here that I was like, oh, I should go get those. Especially a lot of the ones that were, the Kindles were very cheap. So, I might have to do that. Because I do have a whole bunch of herbs in my office that I want to start making some teas. I actually just bought some really nice teas from Crystal. She did a live a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I need some tea. It's always a good day. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed this, and have some more. Yes, so many books. I do like the one with coffee. I do really want to get that one. There's also a couple with just coffee magic, so I might have to do a live on that, or maybe that'll be part of one of my general ones that I do. I don't remember. I think it's next month, maybe. Give me a moment. Not what I was saying. Let me find my name. Let me find it. I know I saved it. Coffee Magic is nifty. Thank you, and bless always. Coffee Magic. Yes, Coffee Magic would be a lot of fun. Nope, next month we're gonna do pendulums. And I actually have to go find my list. I think we're gonna do pendulums next month. But I'm gonna do a couple months this year where we don't have a specific topic. We're just gonna talk all books, like all witchy books. It'll be, you know, the ones like this that we do, and then it'll be fiction ones as well, or like the almanac books and things like that. So we're not going to have like a specific theme. We're just going to talk all books. And then this way we can kind of even out the themes a little bit. Because I think the pinned message that I have is actually wrong. I need to go get a different one. But yeah, so definitely adding to my Coffee Magic book. I might have to do like maybe I'll do like an extra one or something, like an extra live one morning, and it'll be like a Sunday morning or something where we can just like actually have coffee and talk coffee books. Maybe we'll do that. That might be a good idea. All right, so I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna go and stir dinner and yeah, play some games probably and chill out and stay warm as I can. And I hope everybody else does as well if you're in the path of a storm. And I think that's it. So that would be fun. We might have to do something like that. I might have to do something like that. Yes, have a great rest of your day. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their evening, or day, or whatever time it is for you guys. And I will see you guys next month, for another fun book series. So thank you guys. Have a good night.